So apparently Pokemon's being celebrated by Time Magazine, and that's something that's a really, really big deal because I don't recall any other major video game franchises being celebrated or on the cover of Time Magazine. And Time Magazine's been around since 20, so this is actually something that is historic. And I do feel that as big and as popular as the Pokemon franchise is, it's something that's well deserved because you look at Pokemon and how much money the franchise has made since its inception. I believe it's managed to make like somewhere around like it's like in the billions. Like I heard that the franchise has made somewhere between like 11 and 150 billion. And honestly, this like includes like multiple things, whether it be trading cards, collectibles, toys, accessories, apparel, other merchandise, you name it. Pokemon is something that has been consistently like popular. And even though like the series is not as popular as it was when it first came out, during the like mid to late 90s. It's something that just about everyone knows about, and it's something that almost everyone is familiar with, even if they're not fans of the series. But you look at the multiple covers that Time Magazine have, it features Pokemon from the very first generation. And the Pokemon featured are Pikachu, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander. And the reason for that is because it was the original, and the original was the most popular. And the thing is, even though there have been like a lot of Pokemon like added, with different generations as time go by, Pikachu has always been like the main Pokemon that everybody knows, even though they've never watched it. Another Pokemon that stands out that people know about, even if they're not fans, is Mewtwo. But the thing is, Mewtwo hasn't been relevant in a very, very long time. Pikachu's been consistently relevant because he's been featured for the most part alongside with Ash Ketchum, and honestly, I do feel like as a duo, Pikachu and Ash Ketchum are probably um, they're probably one of the most iconic video game slash anime duos of all time, and just seeing all that get celebrated like almost 30 years later is incredible. It's hard to believe that the Pokemon series has been around for that long. And um and I'm shocked that the first generation of Pokemon games never got remastered or remade in 3D or anything like that, because like because that first generation of Pokemon games, Red, Blue, and Yellow, they were among the best-selling games for the original Game Boy console and even like Game Boy Color. Like if you look at like most of like the Nintendo's handheld game systems, the Pokemon games pretty much dominated, even outselling the likes of all the Mario games that came out during like the Game Boy era and during like the early 2000s of the Game Boy Advance era. So yeah, Pokemon is actually a really, really big deal. Probably one of the more popular video game franchises of the 2000s, and probably one of the coolest like set of RPG games that you can play back in the day. And even though Pokemon is still like popular now, I do feel like that older fan base is mainly tuned out because they've gotten older and they are more mature, but they still look back fondly on like the series during its prime years. But it's pretty cool seeing Pokemon getting celebrated by Time Magazine, and hopefully something gets done when Pokemon officially reaches its 30th anniversary, because I believe the series started back in 1996, meaning that its 30th anniversary would be in 2026. So we got 2 more years until I guess the Pokemon series reaches its 30th anniversary, and hopefully, Nintendo or the Pokemon Company does something special to celebrate and to honor the series in 2026.